Hi, I'm Cameron Evans, here today at the shop of Jason Shearer and the Rage 4th team, multiple-time champs of the King of the Hammers off-road competition and long-time users and abusers of Redline oil products in their Ultra 4 rigs. Today, we're talking about gear oil for manual transmissions and why you may need to take a second look at what you've been using, since this category of products is often misapplied. Manual transmissions and differentials typically have two very different actions that need specific lubrication. With rolling contact and high temperature wear in a manual transmission, that's where GL-4 rated fluids are typically required. This is very different from that sliding friction that takes place in a differential. Those rear ends are the world of GL-5 rated lubricants, where the chemical process turns on like a switch. It turns on the wear protection at a much lower temperature to prevent the ring and pinion from welding itself together. Let's go back to the manual gearboxes. Again, Redline's famous MTL, MT85, and MT90 manual transmission gear oils are rated as GL-4 products. These products are never to be used in a high point differential, as you would wear out your diff twice as fast compared to using the recommended GL-5 product. GL-4 gear oils for manual transmissions are typically not slippery. That's so the synchronizers in the gearbox can slow down and make a match when you shift. It's incorrect to think that full synthetic equals slippery, and in the case of Redline, it doesn't have to. Other companies struggle with this chemical balance, and we're kind of proud of that. We get it right. Also remember that if your transmission requests, say, an 80 W90 gear oil, it's okay to use our MT90 there. It's a 75 W90 GL4, and the winter characteristics of the 75 just help you that much more when it's cold. When you look at which products to buy, remember to specifically follow that second figure, the 90 in 7590, but note that the OEs have chosen that specification for you based on the gear clearance in your transmission, more so than determined by the weather or if you were racing. We hear of folks worried about compatibility with brass synchro rings, and they're right to be concerned, but not necessarily with Redline products. Our GL4 products like MT90 don't contain the sulfur that causes corrosion with brass. It's fully compatible. Those GL5 products, they often use sulfur to control wear, so avoid it in these applications. Typically, MTL, the 75W80, is used in Mini, Hondas, and a lot of Miatas and vintage transmissions. We would have called that one MT80 back in the day if we knew there was someday going to be a need for an MT85 or an MT90. MTL is also a great replacement for GM's Synchro Mesh lubricant. MT85 is often used in Hyundai, Kia, Mitsubishi Evos, and in some Nissan applications. This one is about 4% more viscous than MTL, and it's growing in popularity with all those applications. MT90, that one is most popular, and it's used in VW Audi transaxles, lots of Mazdas, Nissans, Toyotas, and many racers use it when they want a little step up in viscosity for a bit more gear protection. Note that our D4 ATF is also a GL4 rated gear oil for manual transmissions. It's a bit thinner and it squeezes into the tighter tolerances of a BMW ZF or Getrag box and an E36 or an E46, as well as many of the Tremec boxes. ATFs don't have the all-out protection of blended gear oils that are close in viscosity. MTL is the closest thing. But we see great wear control in the BMW world with D4, and it shifts like butter. There's actually a place for those GL5 products in the manual transmission world. We make a product called 75W90NS, a not so slippery product for many Porsches and Ferraris and other transaxles with a loaded ring and pinion in the transaxle. Subarus use this as well, as the rear wheel drive configuration is in the same bath as the manual transmission up front. Remember that all of Redline's gear oils are made from the most effective PAO and ester base stocks in the world. This means that the base stocks aren't just a carrier for the additive packages like with most other companies' gear oils. It actually helps provide stability and viscosity. From those Redline products, you'll get industry-leading cold shifting performance, and there'll be great film strength and wear control for those high temperature, high wear events that involve the rolling pieces in these transmissions. Be sure to check out redlineoil.com and our application guide with more than 400,000 applications. Put in your year, make, and model, and it'll spit out the exact correct product for your manual transmission. Thanks for watching. I'm Cameron Evans.